Previously, Baki suddenly attempts to escape from the prison as he starts heading outside where the warden is waiting with a few guards. Baki says he also wants to become unchained, to which the warden asks what the conclusion at that point is. As the warden is stopping Baki from leaving, guards from the tower posts have a visual on Baki. Warden orders the guards to monitor the situation from the towers as he believes his squad on the ground could successfully apprehend Baki. The shooting squad has surrounded Baki. Baki says he can still escape from the arrangement. Warden tells Baki to try and escape, but suddenly, his sunglasses shatter into pieces. Baki explains he broke the glass when the warden was close to Baki's personal space. It turns out not just the warden, Baki even took a button from each of the shooters without them noticing it. The moment they surrounded him with the squad, they already lost because they were arrogant and misjudged Baki's abilities. Baki warns the guards that if they can't exactly point at his cerebellum, which controls the motor nerves, he will make a move they will regret. As none of the guards seem to know the location of cerebellum, Baki makes fun of the guards. The warden asks the men to fire their ammunition as Baki is just a kid talking nonsense. Warden orders the squads to open fire, but they remain in their position as they understand they are pretty much helpless at this point. Thus, Warden and other lead Baki towards the gate while the tower guards interpret the situation as a friendly outing. As soon as the final gates open, Baki stands unchained. He turns towards the warden and surrenders. The squad and the warden are struggling to understand if Baki genuinely wants to leave the prison or if he wants to insult them. Baki replies that he just wanted to see if he could leave the place according to his will, which he just proved he can. As the warden chains Baki, Oliva intervenes. He thinks Baki is trying to stand on his level and achieve his freedom in the prison. Baki plainly says that he and Oliva are not much different. They both can enter and leave the prison without a weapon and a fight. This enrages Oliva and he asks the guards to release his handcuffs. Baki feels belittled as Oliva wants to fight with him without any preparations, as if he is a kid. He tells Oliva to grab some food and fight another day. Oliva calms down as he really didn't have breakfast that day. Baki wants to prove to his father that he is not the only free man in the world. However, he feels that Oliva has all the freedom in the world, but if he doesn't feel free, he is not actually free. This makes Oliva think about his life in the prison. As he dresses up for his lover, Maria, Oliva and Maria play a small game that shows their love and consideration for each other. In the prison, a guard is patrolling the solitary confinement spaces and the prisoners are begging to be let out. However, Baki is sleeping comfortably. He gets a surprise visit from Oliva at the late hours. He confronts Baki for laughing at his freedom in the prison. Oliva brags about his luxurious meals before relieving himself on top of Baki. He must have thought such an act would break Baki's confidence in himself. However, Baki makes a promise that in near future, Oliva will grovel before Baki, begging him to fight. Oliva returns to his room and tastes his wine, which tastes like a 100 orchestra playing in a harmony. However, he is not pleased and breaks the wine bottle before calling for the warden. In Baki's solitary confinement, his old roommate brings him some water, which Baki drinks deliciously. Warden guesses that Oliva wants to hold another match against Baki after his encounter near the gates. He also agrees that Baki leaving the prison hits differently to other inmates as he is not the strongest or the second strongest. Thus, Oliva shares his true intentions. He wants to have a duel with Baki, but not a simple one. He wants to invite the president as well as press to showcase his power and strengths. Warden is happy and all in for the plan, as this will not only bring economic effects but will put the inmates back in line. Oliva is visiting Maria for the day. He says that he is envious of Maria as she is unwavering at the outcome of her life. Once, Maria used to be a very beautiful woman that would make any man turn around to look twice. However, she fell really ill and had to take heavy medications that brought her to the situation she is in right now. Maria lost her beauty, which is a woman's greatest joy in life, but she is still as dignified as before, living proudly as if nothing changed. Oliva thinks that if the world turned its back on her, she would be the person she is, but Oliva doesn't have the courage. As Maria comforts Oliva, she admits that she is also barely hanging on to herself. In the solitary room, Baki meets Oliva, who has come to inform him about the plan of the match in 2 weeks. Baki brushes it off, saying Oliva just doesn't get it. The fight between Baki and him is not for show but a man-to-man fight. Saying this, Baki takes his first chance and lands a heavy kick right on Oliva's face. Oliva doesn't want to fight Baki as his thumbs are locked behind his back. But Baki takes another knee kick and lands it on Oliva's face. Having enough, Oliva stands up and gives a full speed slap that lands Baki to the next room, breaking the wall in the process. Oliva says that fight is on, and releases his tuxedo. Baki prepares by readjusting his arms from the back to the front. By tightening the armpits, the blood flow to the arteries is cut off, which allows Baki to resize his thumbs and release them from the clips. After they are both free and ready to fight, Baki throws a punch. However, Oliva catches it and pulls it towards himself. Baki is forcibly pulled through the wall. Oliva asks the prisoner from the other room to move aside, and then he flung Baki like a towel before throwing him. Baki landed on the open area after breaking through 3 solitary cell walls and a steel door. As Baki tries to regain his posture and tries to do a low kick, Oliva easily catches his leg. Baki tries to kick with his other leg, but in no vein. Oliva throws Baki that leaves a 30 centimeters deep imprint. Baki lies down on the ground and thinks this is how it feels to fight against a real fighter. He recalls it was similar to fighting with his father Yujiro Hanma. Baki immediately jumps up and takes his stance. Oliva is surprised to see Baki's switch, and as he proceeds to make another hit, he trips over. Turns out that even before Oliva moved, Baki tapped his head really hard with his hand. Oliva recognizes Baki's trick that he thinks occurred as fast as half a second. Oliva understands how Baki made use of the delay in consciousness. However, he doesn't care for such petty tricks as he has a greater power advantage in this game. Oliva turned into a complete sphere. Baki doesn't hold back but kicks, but he is repelled. Baki is surprised at the strength of the sphere. One of the guards remember the times when Oliva would show them tricks he mastered, such as flexing his biceps that make the bicep muscles move until it reaches the shoulder and then moving behind his head before reaching the other hand. Oliva can easily move any muscles as he likes. Baki says he can break through the sphere, to which Oliva says that he should try his iconic move. As Baki gives a punch, Oliva literally crushes Baki inside his sphere. The guard again recalls his childhood when he would gently trap insects in his palms, trying not to hurt them. But when he brought them back home, they were weakened and damaged. This taught him a lesson that the act of trapping a living being causes irreplaceable stress to its vitality. Just like Baki was trampled and trapped inside Oliva's grip. Oliva goes ahead and claims that if it was a ring match, he would have won already. However, as they didn't put any referee or any rules before starting, the game stays vague and undetermined. So, Oliva sets a rule for the fight to end. If Baki begs Oliva to stop the fight by using his mouth, Oliva will end the fight. Baki says that they have come to a point of no return, as their only way to stop will be if someone dies or becomes near death. He also makes a bold claim that even though he can't move, Oliva is still close to losing and not winning. Oliva once again crushes Baki into his sphere and starts shrinking. However, this time Baki has a counter move. Baki grabs Oliva by his nose when Oliva punches him across the arena. Oliva says that Baki can't defeat him with such cheap moves. Baki suggests that it's time to stop playing like kids and start fighting like real men. He suggests that they do face to face. This surprises everyone because Oliva is obviously bigger and heavier than Baki. Oliva laughs at the proposal as he knows the outcome for such silly fights. Michael, who was in one of the solitary rooms that was broken during the fight, warns Baki. There is a reason why boxing has 17 weight classes. A middleweight like Baki can't defeat Oliva, who is 100 kilos heavier than him. Michael's words only motivate Baki to do what everyone thinks is impossible. Back in Maria's room, the flowers Oliva brought have withered, signifying an end. Everyone around the prison is watching closely as the fist hits carry on. A couple of guards also remember seeing vultures that arrived around the prison wall. As they fight, Baki is slowly starting to push Oliva back to the wall. He ends with a massive head hit, driving Oliva deeper into the wall. Finally, when Baki raises his head, he is broken through the wall. Suddenly, Maria, who came running, interrupts their fight. Oliva is surprised that she walked all the way to the arena from her room by herself. She says that as he lost to the boy, he should quit and take her back. Oliva carries Maria back to their room, and as she leaves, he says that he has an announcement for the inmates. Oliva announces that the rumors are true, and he has lost to Baki in the fight off. He also announces that he is no longer the strongest man in the prison. So, he knows all he has to do is make sure Baki disappears, and if he no longer stays in the prison, he is no longer the strongest one among them. Oliva threatens the warden to release Baki today, or he will release all the other inmates, so reluctantly, the warden agrees. Baki receives some cash and a bicycle as he leaves the prison. Yujiro learns about Baki's win against Oliva. Captain Stridham gives an update as he and Yujiro walk around a museum. In a part of Colorado, a wall of clear salt formed 190 million years ago has been excavated, that shows a man fighting a monster. If you enjoyed this recap, check out the next episode. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more anime recaps, turn on the bell notification for future uploads and leave a like to help the channel out. Thanks for watching.